Hey guys, welcome back to Life in Technicolor. My name's Gunner, and if you're new here, I like to talk about things that I think are cool. Before we get started today, I gotta show you guys Life in Technicolor hoodie. But once I hit 100 subscribers, I think I might give one away. I don't know. I'm actually going to be doing a charity event though once I hit 100 subs, so make sure you're subscribed. Today, I wanted to show off my vinyl collection. Now, before anybody gets up in arms about this, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I just collect vinyl and I think it's cool. And honestly, I like watching videos where people show off their vinyl collection. So I just figured that would be a fun little video to make. So without further ado, let's get started. This is Calm by 5 Seconds of Summer. I really enjoy this album. It's not a bad fourth album. Except No Shame doesn't sound very good on vinyl. Next up, Super Bloom by Ashton Irwin. I really didn't expect this album to be the way it was. Like, it's very much a 90s grunge album. I love the way the album itself looks. It's a green Coke bottle record. I don't want to pull it out because it just takes forever to get back in, but I love the drawings that are inside of it. So yeah, Super Bloom by Ashton Irwin. Greyhound is my favorite on the album. Next up, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die by Panic at the Disco. I love this album so much, so I saw it in my record shop and I was like, gotta have it. Kiss Destroyer is the 2012 reboot. I got this for Christmas the year that I got my first record player, mainly because this is just my favorite Kiss record, so I asked for it for Christmas, my parents got it for me, and I love it. I listen to this album all the time. I just moved the camera down a little bit, that way I could show off the records easier. Next up, Green Day, Father of All. I actually got this record a little bit after it came out. I mainly got it because I was going to the Hella Mega Tour, and I figured they would be playing a lot off this record, so I wanted to learn all of their new stuff. This isn't my favorite Green Day album, but it's not as bad as people say it is. Next up, this is one of my most favorite albums of all time, if not my favorite album of all time, Sounds Good Feels Good by 5 Seconds of Summer. This is one of the first records I actually got, because Five Sauce is probably my favorite band. I've said that they are my favorite band for a long time, but Fall Out Boys really stepped up their game. I think my favorite song by them would have to be Outer Space. And while I'm on the topic of Five Sauce vinyl, I really want the self-titled album and Youngblood on vinyl, but I haven't been able to find them anywhere. Even Amazon has been sold out of both of them, so I don't know what to do about that. But if anybody knows where I could get those, please let me know. Next up, this was a garage sale buy, but We Are the World. I saw it, I had to get it. But yeah, you just gotta. Next up, Blurry Face. Went through a real 21 Pilots phase in high school. I'm still a big fan of 21 Pilots, but yeah, I feel like every teenager had this album on vinyl if they collected vinyl. Another classic rock album that everybody and their mom has, but Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. Great album, beautiful on vinyl, love it. Alright. Dark Side of the Moon. This is actually the original print of Dark Side of the Moon, and I bought it from this lady at a yard sale. Not a yard sale, more of an antique store sale thing, but I paid $5 for it. I don't think she realized how much it was worth, but and it actually still sounds pretty good for being like released in like the 70s. I mean, there's a lot of wear and tear on the album itself, but it still sounds good. It still opens up and, you know, has the art in it. It also had the stickers in it. I think I have them in there still, but I've been trying to preserve them. But yeah, it still had the stickers when I bought it. Next up, AM by the Arctic Monkeys. Another album that I think every teenager had if they had a record store if they collected vinyls. I feel like almost every teenager had AM by the Arctic Monkeys. Next up, Save Rock and Roll. Probably my favorite Fall Out Boy album, but this one is also really cool because it's a red Coke bottle print vinyl. As you can see, it's so pretty. That's probably the album I listen to the most, to be honest with you. Next up, Van Weezer. I love this album so much. I went to my local record store and bought it the day it came out. Oh man, I love this album so much. Next up, The Wiz. I was a theater kid in high school. Also, I love the Wiz soundtrack, I really do. I talk about Michael Jackson more on this YouTube channel than I really thought I would. I got this at the same place that I got the Dark Side of the Moon. So I think I paid $5 for this one. I might have paid $1 for this one, to be honest with you. But it came with the original poster too. I think it's, there it is. This folds out into like a big movie poster with like clips from the movie. The movie wasn't great, but it's okay because the soundtrack was incredible. I mean, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson. Did anybody watch the NBC remake of The Wiz? Because that was actually pretty cool. Next up, the Weezer Blue album. I love Weezer, okay? I don't care that people talk trash on Weezer. I really like Weezer, and I felt no shame going to the store and buying the Blue album. Hip, hip. Next up, Death of a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco. I don't remember buying this album. So, I don't really know what to say about it. I love this album, but I do not remember buying it. More obscure album for the US because these guys never really made it in America, but Busted halfway there. This is the best Busted album there ever was, and I paid a lot of money to get this shipped to the US, and I love it. I listen to it all the time. Please go check out Busted if you haven't already. I'm actually making a video about Charlie Simpson in the near future because he's kind of my hero and he's got a very, very cool story. So be on the lookout for that. Please check out Busted. You won't regret it. Go look up Busted, please, please. Next up, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out by Panic at the Disco. Another great album. My gosh, this one has no skips. It really does. It also came with a really cool poster. And I love that it opens up too and there's like more art to it. I love when vinyls do that. That's just like a personal preference thing. Wake Up Sunshine by All Time Low, recorded in Nashville, Tennessee. Guys, I'm really sad. I was supposed to go to Sad Summer Tonight in Nashville, but due to COVID concerns and stuff like that, I just decided it would probably be best to sit this one out. My brother's been sick, I didn't want to risk anything, so I decided to skip this concert, which is really, really sad because I was really looking forward to it. But hey, you know, you gotta get back up and learn to deal. That's a shameless All Time Low quote. But this is a very, very good album, and I want more All Time Low vinyls, but there's not really a lot of them available, I guess. Maybe if I looked online I could find more, but this is really the only one I've ever seen in a store. REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. Love this album. They're great live, great band. They're still cool, and yeah, love this album. I think I paid $5 for this too. I got it from the same lady that sold the Dark Side of the Moon. Permanent Vacation by Aerosmith. My dad actually bought me this because this was one of the first albums that my dad bought when he was younger. So we were at a record shop and he came across this and bought it for me, which was really cool. I love this album. I keep it in sleeve because it's in very good condition for its original press, so I just want to keep it safe. Fall Out Boy, Believers Never Die Volume 2. I bought this as soon as I got back from the Hella Mega Tour because I wanted another Fall Out Boy vinyl, but I also wanted one that had kind of like a genre. I mean, not a genre, but like a mixtape almost of Fall Out Boy songs. So this was great. I love Bob Dylan. I really wanted to hear Bob Dylan live, but they didn't play it. Maybe one day they'll play Bob Dylan, but... And then the last two of my main vinyls I haven't even opened yet, they're that new, but I have the Black Album by Weezer. Got a really good deal on this, and haven't opened it yet. I really like this album. My friend was talking some trash on it not long ago, but I like this album. And I haven't listened to this one either yet. It came in the Pop Punk Takeout box, if you guys remember that. But I am excited to listen to it. It's the Keep Flying Survival EP. I think it's EP, because there's only like 5 songs. Oh no, that's not 5 songs. This is an album. Never mind. That shows how much I know about the album. I haven't even listened to it yet, but I will soon. I promise you I will. Lastly, I wanted to show off my 45s. So without further ado, this is probably my rarest one. Everybody's Looking for Some Light by Colony House. The only way to get this was you had to be a VIP at the Everybody's Looking for Some Light tour. We got to meet Colony House, and we got these, and we got to go to a private acoustic set, which was really cool. They're very good guys. I got to interview Park once on my podcast, so go check them out if you haven't checked them out. Next up, I didn't know this was a thing until I found it. One Direction Midnight Memories. It's just the Midnight Memories track, but it's also Rock Me from the movie. No shame here. I actually am a One Direction fan. I have no shame in that. Another rarity, Bowling for Soup, Fishing for Woos. I think I got this at their concert. I don't really remember. But this is just the B-sides from that album. And I have listened to this a couple of times. I really enjoyed it. I also have the Jackson 5, One More Chance, and I'll Be There. I got these for like 50 cents. And then Aerosmith, Ragdoll, and St. John. I didn't know that was on here. I've only ever listened to the Ragdoll side. And whenever I first bought 45s, those were the first 2 45s I actually bought, and me being 15 and not knowing anything, I didn't know that I was supposed to switch the record side, you know, to like play it right. So it just sounded really weird how like low their voices were. And I thought that my like record player was broken for whatever reason, and I kind of freaked out whenever that happened. So yeah guys, my vinyl record collection is constantly growing, constantly changing, so maybe in a year or so I'll film an update on my record collection then, and yeah. So thanks for watching guys. Comment what your favorite album is, and if you want to see more content like that. Oh, and also make sure you go and support your local music shop, your local record shop, and your local music scene, especially with this pandemic going on. A lot of these places are suffering, so make sure you do all of that. And like always guys, I know I said it before, but I gotta be nice to each other.